The following episode of Dad vs. Daughter Playthroughs was made possible by a contribution from Asmodee. Hello and welcome to another special episode of Dad vs. Daughter. I'm Tim the Dad.
I'm Megan the Daughter.
And today we are playing the brand new game from Space Cowboys and Asmodee, Elysium. This game is all about Greek mythology, something that I really like. Megan, I know you dig it too.
Yeah, I love it.
So let's kind of jump right in. We are lucky that we are one of the first ones to be able to bring you a playthrough of this wonderful game. Now, a couple things to kind of start off with. Let's talk about our player boards that we have.
All right, so this is kind of different. They first fit together like a puzzle, which is kind of cool. And they have a spot for everything. So your victory points will go here where the laurel wreath is, and your money goes on the big coin. And you have your, it's like Spartan points, kind of.
Prestige points.
Prestige points.
Those are only used when you are using the god Ares. So
God of War.
we are not going to be using him in this game.
Nope. And then you have here, you have all your little pieces. And then this above is your domain, and this below is your Elysium. And that comes into play with the cards, and we'll explain that as we go along.
Okay. Let's talk about the goals. Sorry, I couldn't spit it out. The goals. In a two-player game, you see up here that we have only two goals, obviously because of a two-player game. Okay? So we have goal number 1 and goal number 2. Quests. I'm sorry. I don't know why I call them goals.
You gotta go for the quests.
Yes. Okay. Now I'm thinking I've got the Hercules. I'm on my way. I can go the distance.
I think he sings it better than you.
Well, he's Michael Bolton, you know.
There's a reason. He can
Okay.
sound better.
So in the quests, if you look at the top of the quests, Megan, why don't you go ahead and show them the board there?
So it's actually kind of what looks like the Parthenon when you make it. Yeah, here you go.
Okay, so in order to grab one of these quests, in this case, where the 1 was below the red and the blue, and the 2 was below the green and the yellow, you have to be able to have the pillar of that color. And here's a little close-up of the pillar and the little sigma symbol on there. So on your turn, you have to take 3 cards and 1 quest. Now, a little close-up of the actual quest here. So if I take this quest, that means I'm going to be first player, and when I go to the quest mode, I'm going to get 5 coins, and I'm going to be able to transfer 2 cards from my domain to my Elysium.
And this one is for player 2. You get 3 coins and 3 transfers. So sometimes it kind of pays to be the second player because you get more transfers.
Yes. Now, if you can't complete a quest because you do not have the right colors left, then you get something substantially less. You get the last number. So in a 2-player game, you're going to get number 2, and you're only going to get 1 transfer and 1 gold, where you see here, if you were able to complete it, you'd get 3 gold and 3 transfers.
You failed. You failed the city.
Failed the city. Okay, there are some bonus points that you can get when you transfer cards into your Elysium. You are either going to have a level legend or a family legend. A family legend is you have cards in a set that all belong to the same god's family. In a level legend, you have cards that are all the same number. So, Megan, you want to show which ones those are?
Okay, so this is a level legend because they are all of 1 number. Doesn't matter what family. They don't have to be like consistent.
Well, they have to be all different families.
Yeah, you have to have 1 of each family. So, and then since that can be considered a level legend, you can get bonus points for, because this is the number 3 level legend, you can get this until the other person has more than you, then they steal that. So you want to always have more of that. And also it comes in with a scoring, with your handy dandy score card at the end. But we'll get to that when we get to the end points.
And you only have to have 2 cards in a legend in order to start that. So there's a 1, 2, and a 3 bonus token for each of the level lessons or level legends. So now, Megan, talk about the family legend.
Okay, so this is the family legend, and that is Hades. Yes, that is Hades. So once you are the first person to complete it, you get a bonus according to the family, and you get 5 bonus points, victory points. And then if you're the second person, or you happen to complete another one, you get basically 2 more bonus points. So you can have up to 7.
Right.
Which is pretty good, because you always want more points.
So there are a set of those for each God's families that you are playing with. There are 8 that come with the game. You're only going to play with 5 at a time. So, Megan, let's talk about who's playing today. What gods?
Okay, so the gods in our lineup are Athena, the goddess of wisdom, and Poseidon, the god of the sea. And we have Hades, god of the underworld, and Zeus, you know, the all-powerful, and then Hephaetus, who is the god of, like, fire and forgery.
I thought he was like the god of hepatitis.
No, I don't think it's that one. I mean, they might have had that back then. That's might have where it came from, but I'm pretty sure that's not it.
So those are the 5 gods that we're going to be playing. In fact, in the rule book, those are the 5 gods that it says you should start with your first couple of games until you get familiar with it. All right, so looking at the cards, there are a bunch of different types that each card has. So in this case, we have the Elysium card. Now, you'll notice that this has got a snake icon here and the activate icon. That means you have to have at least 2 or more of these to activate. And you can activate these once per epoch, which epoch is the fancy name for turns. And there's 5 epochs in the game, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But when you activate this or one of the activation cards, you simply tap it and turn it to the side to show that you've used it that turn. Here is what the activation looks like. You see the little activation symbol there. Next we have the trigger. So on the trigger, you notice the little halo or circle there. You're going to take one of these little markers and you're going to put it there on the card. So when you use this, you're going to remove this, and that way you know that you've already done that trigger ability. You have the infinity symbol here, which means this is an ongoing effect. So this stays there for the entire game. It's called the permanent power. So every time that you do one of these things, you're going to be able to get that ability. Next, we have the legend ability, the little harp. This is used to transfer your cards from your domain to your Elysium. You have your instantaneous power, which is the lightning bolt. So this means as soon as you get this card and put it in your domain, you're going to immediately get this power. And then finally, we have the Chronos, which there are basically this little hourglass symbol, and then there's either the equal sign, the unequal sign, or just regular. Just kind of tells you when it's the best time to use that.
Well, it comes in with the scoring at the end of the game.
Right.
So, yeah.
So the other card type we haven't talked about yet is the Citizen. Now, the Citizen basically is the same card. If you look at, here's the card. The Citizen is the back of the card. And these act as a wild card if you happen to take these. So when you're trying to complete your set or your level legend, you can use these to fill in the missing cards. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to establish turn order. So Megan, I'm going to give you the option. Do you want to be the first player or the second player?
I'm going to be the second. So I'm going to take that, and you can take number 1.
All right, I will be first player.
And we've shuffled up, so now we're going to put out 7 gods to...
Well, 7 cards.
7 cards with 5 possible different gods. Okay. So, as you are first player, you will get first pick.
Okay, the thing about the cards is when you look at these, it tells you what you have to have in order to purchase it. So this one, you have to have at least your green column. Now, when you buy the card, you don't have to use this as your payment. You can use any column that you have left. You just have to make sure that you still have the green column. This one shows a blue and a black symbol. This means that you have to have your blue, and the black means any other color.
Yep. So you're first.
All right.
You can start us off.
Well, I think what I will do is I'm going to use this one. I'm going to put my yellow column aside, and I'm going to take this, which is Divine Aid. It has the instantaneous symbol, so I'm going to receive 2 gold. And that is the Hephaetus god.
I don't think it's what it's actually called. I'm going to choose... I think I'm going to do this green one, and I'll take this one.
Okay, so my turn.
Yep.
I think I will take... I think I'll go for Hades here.
Okay.
And I need the red, so I have the red, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of my green.
Okay. I think...
Oh, and that's a trigger.
Yeah.
So I'll place the trigger on there. That's the posthumous hero. So that's going to give me... means I can transfer a hero for free.
Cool.
Basically.
Let's see, what do I want to do here? I think I'm going to prevent you here from doing something. So I'm going to take the red, and I'm going to take this quest.
Okay, so you're taking your first quest?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I know what you just did.
What did I do?
And I'm going to point this out to our viewers in a minute. This is where Megan excels in these games, sticking it to the old man.
Which is easy.
A
lot of times.
I am going to take this card here, which is Democracy. It's an Athena card, and it is also a trigger ability, and I'll get rid of my red.
I'm going to take this Zeus card. It is Triumph, and it needs, a trigger, and my yellow.
Okay. Now, here's what Megan did strategically. I only have a blue pillar or column left, and I have to take a quest. Well, guess what? I can't take the quest there, and this requires a yellow or a green, so I take this, and instead of getting the benefit of 3 gold and 3 transfers, I'm going to have to turn that over, which is only going to be worth 1 transfer and 1 gold. So, thanks, kid.
I'm going to point out I didn't even think about that. I just wanted to prevent you from getting that. I didn't think about that being the non-existent one.
You just didn't want me to have the money?
No, I didn't want you to have money. I didn't even think about what colors you still had left. I was just like, you don't need that.
That's where strategy comes in, even if it's not
Accidental.
thought of.
Okay, so how do
You've done it in the other games we've played. That's why I figured you were doing it here.
I wasn't even. Yeah. Okay, so the black little circle means what now?
Means you have to have that color plus any other. You only have 1 pillar, so guess what?
I'm screwed.
You're not going to be able to take that.
Mm-mm.
So when you can't take a card or you can't take a god card here, what you do is you take the top card off of the draw deck and you have it face down, and that is a citizen. So that's going to be your wild card that you're going to be able to use in one of your other legends.
Yep.
Now, when you transfer a card from your domain to your Elysium, you have to pay the top number here in gold. So in order to transfer this card, you'd have to have 2 gold. Now, to transfer a citizen, it depends on what area in your legend that you're transferring. If you're transferring them as a 1, you pay 1 gold. A 2, you pay 2. 3, you pay 3. So, all right. So you used your blue column. So now what we do is we look and see who has the quest with number 1. That would be Megan. So we actually will switch numbers there.
There we go.
And now Megan gets to complete her quest first.
Yep, so I get 5 coins, and I have 2 transfer abilities. So put that up there so I know I've used it. So I am going to actually keep this up here. I'm not going to use that yet. So I'm going to put the workshop down here, and I have to pay 2 gold. And I receive 1 gold now because I have transferred it. So I really just pay 1.
Well, you're using that transfer
yes.
ability instead of this.
Oh, okay. So I have 3 transfers actually. But I don't think I'm really going to use it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm just going to wait on that one. So,
all right. So
on to you.
So my quest, which is a failed quest, I'm going to get 1 gold and 1 transfer. So I will transfer my divine aid, and that will cost me 1 gold.
That it?
That is it. So,
okay, these get into the discard then.
Yep,
And we get 7
there.
new, so we're in the new Epoch.
Epoch.
I want to call it Epcot. Disney's on the brain.
Whoa.
And 1 more.
Put these
so
over here out of the way.
I am first, so I get to go first. I'm gonna do.
There are pillars back here.
I think I'm gonna take this one, the automation, and it requires a yellow and a green, and I'm going to use the green for that one.
Okay, and that's an ongoing ability for the Hephaetus. And what does that say?
When you take or transfer a Hephaetus card, you receive 1 gold.
Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to take. Oh, I like that. I already have that. So I'm going to take the Temple of Zeus.
Okay.
I need a red and any other color.
All right.
And I think what I will do is I will use my blue.
Okay.
And that's a Chronos power, so I'm going to get stuff at the end. So I'll talk about that later.
All right, I'm going to take this one, the Forges of Hephaetus, so I need a yellow and any other color, which is totally fine. So I think I'm going to actually pay, I'm going to pay my blue, I think. Yeah, I'm going to pay the blue off, so I can keep that. And that card is worth 1 victory point for each Hephaetus card in that legend when we score at the end. So.
Yep. You know what? I think I'm actually going to take this card. And I'm going to use my red in order to pay for that. That is Charon, which basically says that when I transfer 2 cards, I'm going to get 2 victory points.
Cool. What else do I want to do here? I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this one, the God of Fire, and I'm going to pay a yellow, because that was worth a yellow and a red.
Okay.
And that is when you take or transfer a Hephaetus card, you receive 1 victory point. So now I'm going to get a victory point and a coin. So that'll work out.
Okay. I am going to use my yellow, and I'm going to take the second quest here.
And that works out, because I'll use the red, and I'll take the first.
And then finally, I will use the green. Let's see, which do I want? Do I want
The workshop?
an extra transfer, or do I want money? You know what? I think I'm going to take, let's
money.
see, what do I want to look at
You
here?
want some money. You want more money.
Yeah, you know what? I am. I'm going to take that.
Not that money, you want this money.
I want this. So that's my green. Okay,
I
so
was trying to get you to give me a coin if you took that one.
so we look at the quest. Megan, you have number 1.
Yep,
so you get to keep number 1. I get to keep number 2.
5 coins and 2 transfers. So I will be transferring. I'm going to transfer this one. And I'm going to put that there.
No, that's a Hephaetus, so
Yep.
you get...
So I get a coin. So there I'll just keep that coin I was going to pay for it, and I get a victory point. And, oh, I didn't have any starting victory points. How many were we supposed to start with? Oh, I just went second, so I get that.
Oh, yeah,
and you
I
get
should
1.
have 1. Yeah.
There we go. I'm like, wait a minute, we missed something. So yeah, and then I think I'm actually going, I want more victory points, so I'm going to transfer this one.
Now, when you transfer a card that has the ongoing effect, once it goes into your Elysium, you don't get to use that effect
It
anymore.
only is in the domain.
And that costs you 3.
Yep. And that gives me a victory point, though, still, because I want more victory points. So there's that, and I now have started a legend, correct? Because 1, 2, 3.
You've got a family legend
So I will have
for Hephaetus, so you get the
Hephaetus. So there
5
is that.
there.
I'm going to close that off so I know I have that, and then I have more room.
Okay.
So that is mine. So
You
on
done?
to you. Yep.
All right. So my quest says I get 3 gold,
Okay.
and I get 3 transfers.
Did you complete this one?
Did I complete what?
The quest?
Yes.
Unlike last time.
Yes, I was able to complete it. So I get 3 from that, and I've got another 2. So I could transfer 5 if I wanted to.
Jeez.
So let's
You
let's
can
just look
transfer
at
all
this.
of them then.
You know what? I don't think I'm going to use this one, so I'm going to transfer that for 1.
Okay.
And I'm going to put that. Let's see.
You want to make a family or numbers?
Well, that's just it. You've already got the one Hephaetus
Yeah.
there.
So you could start on numbers.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
The level legend.
So I'm going to go for the level legend. So since I have 2, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that for the time being. And I will transfer this card here. I'm not going to use that.
Okay.
That's going to cost me another 1. So that's going to go there.
So yeah.
Now, because I've transferred 2, I'm going to get 2 victory points.
There you go.
Let's put those there. So that was, whoops. So it's 2 cards. I can still transfer more.
Do you want to?
Yes, I'm going to transfer this card here, Temple of Zeus.
Yeah, I know what you're doing there.
And that's going to give me, this card is worth 1 victory point for each Zeus card in this legend.
Jeez.
Do I want to put that there, or do I want to start it here?
Put it there.
Well, the thing is I would have to make sure I've got more Zeus cards coming up. You've already got a 2 over there. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and use it here. It may not be the smartest, but you know what? I'm going to do that. So I think, well, do I want to do that?
Yeah, you do.
Actually, you know, I'll say that I'm going to use that transfer so I do get at least 1 gold.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. So we're in the 3rd epoch. Said it right this time.
So let's put some more cards out here.
7 new ones. Okie doke, I'm still first. So let's see, what can I start going for now? I think I'm gonna go for, you are going for 1s. So the logical thing here would be take this one so you can't get the blue one.
Yeah, that's called hate drafting.
Well, I could use it. I might have a strategy for it.
Yeah, well, you're doing it to stick it to the old man.
Oh, I might have a strategy for it.
Yeah, you might.
So currently it's an immediate effect, by the way.
Yes.
So you discard 1 coin.
Okay.
So, bye-bye money.
So much for your allowance this week.
You don't give me an allowance.
You get an allowance for everything. Okay. So
For
let's see.
Comic-Con.
What else do I want here? You know what? I think, whoops, I forgot to put my pillars back.
Your rolling pillars. It's like Pompeii.
My pillars, columns, whatever you want to call them. Wow.
Did I just ruin everything for you?
No, you didn't. I'm gonna use
like-
I'm gonna use my green. I'm gonna grab this one here,
Okay.
which is the initiation to Zeus card. Your turn.
Shoot, I can't redo that, can I now? That required a red. I
Yep.
paid blue. I went colorblind.
That's okay. You just had to have the red in order to take the card. You can choose whatever color you
I know,
want.
but I didn't mean to put the blue away is what I'm saying. I
meant-
messed up.
All right. Well, I'll let you switch.
Okay, I'm a 1 freebie. I'm a 1 freebie. Okay, so now I can take that because that's a blue. So I'll do that.
Yeah. See, your father's nice.
You are nice. So you discard 1 victory point. Oh no, not yet. I need a Elysium.
Yeah,
Elysius.
another Elysius card.
So I do not have that yet. So your victory point is safe for now.
Yeah, I'm not liking where that's headed.
So you were nice to me, but you're gonna lose a point for it.
Well, let's see. I could do that. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this Athena card, which is naval power. I'm going to pay my red for that, and I think I will activate it, which says I receive 1 gold and 1 victory point.
Okay.
So there's my 1 gold and.
What is the other part of that
Good
card?
point.
Because it's 2 parts.
Oh yes, it does have another part. All other players choose to get one or the other.
I'm
so you
taking
can-
a victory point then.
Yeah.
Wanted to make sure I got that point. What do I want to do? I'm gonna have to take this Zeus card. It is the Alliance card, and I'm gonna pay the yellow for that.
All right.
So
So you just have your green.
I just have my
left.
green, which is
So that means you're not going to get this
No.
quest. So I have a blue and a gold. So the only thing I could take would be
That one.
this card, which is the Golden Throne of Hera. So I will take that. That's got an activation. So I'll put that there, and I will use my yellow to pay for that.
So I'm going to have to pay for my quest with my green, and I'm out of pennies.
And I will pay for... Was that all you wanted to do this turn? Did you have any other abilities you want to activate?
Okay, can you explain this card to me? Because I don't know if I fully understand that ability. It is the Triumph card. It says, the trigger on the rulebook says, receive 1 victory point for each set of 2 cards in your domain. Yeah. Example, if you have 7 cards in your domain, you receive 3 victory points.
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5, so you're going to get you're going to get 2 points if you trigger that now.
Yeah, I'll do that. So trigger, tap it, so I'll get 2.
Well, you don't have to tap that because you've already you've taken your trigger off.
I just wanted to make sure that I knew though.
Okay, so now I'll pay my blue and I'll take this quest. Okay. So now
you are number 1.
We look at quests, so we'll switch that up. I'll take number 1, and what do I want to transfer first? Well, let's see. Well, shoot, I forgot to look at that one.
I can give you a freebie since you gave me a freebie.
No, actually, that one doesn't.
Okay.
I'm
just making sure if you need to do it.
No, I'm going to leave that one there.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay 2. I don't have any other Elysium cards. So I'm going to use the workshop to transfer this card here. That's going to cost me 2, but I'm going to receive 1 gold back.
Okay.
So that goes there. I will pay 2 using my quest here, which I forgot I need to get 5 for my quest. So I'm going to pay 2 to transfer initiation.
Okay.
And now that I have 2, I can take this
there you go.
token. And I have 1 transfer left. Do I want to transfer? I have transferred 2 cards, so I will get 2 extra victory points.
Okay. Anything else?
Well, I'm trying to decide if I want to transfer that or not. You know what? I don't think so. I think I'm done.
You done?
So that is me.
Alright, so my quest, I could complete it, so I get 3 coins and 3 transfers. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this for 1, and I'm going to transfer that for 2, and then I'm going to make this a 3, and I'm going to transfer it down here, so pay my 5 and get 2 back. So that is now the Posieden legend group, so I'm going to get that. And that was all of my... Okay, I do get a victory point when I transfer a citizen, which I did.
Okay.
So 1 victory point, and is that all I get so far? Yep, okay, that's it. So that will be my turn.
Alright, so we'll start the next Epoch.
Epoch 4.
Wow, we're flying right along.
Yep, so 7 new cards. And you are first this time, so you get first grab at them.
Okay, let's see, what do I like here? Ooh, I like that, kind of.
Kind of,
but
it's like, yeah, maybe.
But it doesn't really play with what I'm looking at here.
Ooh, I've got a strategy if you don't mess with it. I've got something in mind.
The other thing I want to point out, because we have 2 cards that are the same, you can only have 1 card in your domain at a time. So I could not have both of these sacrifices in my domain. I could only have 1.
Nope.
So, wow. That doesn't help at all. That doesn't help at all. I don't really have a lot of choices here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, whoops, put my columns back. I'm going to have to take sacrifice there, and you know what? I think I will get rid of my green.
Okay, I'm going to take the God of the Dead, which is Hades' card, obviously. I'm going to pay green for that, and it's whenever I take or transfer a Hades card, I receive 1 victory point.
Okay.
It's almost kind of fitting I used green, because it's like Hades is kind of evil, and Slytherin's color is green. They're kind of evil.
Yeah, but Hades has blue hair.
Well, and Disney.
Okay.
And Percy Jackson's got leather pants, so it's which version are you using here? Blue hair, leather pants, Hades.
Wow,
That would be interesting.
I really don't like my options here. Looking at the cards that I have, there's a Hades card.
Yep.
I got a lot of Hephaetus cards, but I don't really have. Man, if I didn't have that, because once you have a card in a legend, it's in the legend for the rest of the game. You can't do anything with it. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this card, the Garden of Hesperides. Forgot. How do you pronounce that?
Hesperides? Hesperides?
And that has to be a red. So I think what I will do is I will actually pay my red. And you know what I'm going to do is... Oh, you don't have as much money as I thought you did.
No, I don't. I want the victory point.
That's okay. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use this trigger ability while it's still my turn.
Okay.
And it says, receive enough gold to match the amount owned by the richest player. So you have 7.
You have 9.
Oh, shoot.
But
I would be the richest player.
Do you really? Okay.
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Okay. Good pointing that out.
I'm just like, ooh, you
okay.
can use it.
But I do have this instantaneous ability, which I
Okay.
forgot to point out, which is receive 2 victory points. So
Awesome.
I'll take this 5 and I'll put 3 back.
I should probably change there while we're doing that so we can get the ones back into play. Okay, I'm actually going to take my blue, and I'm going to get the Oath of Hospitality. And that is an immediate effect. So discard 1 card from your domain.
Well, no, that's an activated ability.
You can use either. Yeah, okay, so discard 1 card from your domain to draw a card.
So
Take it face up into your domain. So what card do I not want? We got another Epoch coming. That's what I'm looking at here now. I'm going to... do I want to do that? Okay, I'm gonna get... Yeah, okay, I'm getting rid of this. So I am discarding that from my domain.
Alright.
And I am taking 1 from the pile, face up. Ooh, that worked out actually good for my advantage. So, and now you may do the same ability. So you can discard a card from your domain and receive 1 gold.
Just 1 gold?
1 gold, I believe.
I don't get a card?
I'm going to double check.
Well, that's this card here, right?
Yep.
Okay, let me
What's
check
the title of that card?
It is the Oath of Hospitality.
Okay, so to activate, you discard...
All other players
Yeah.
may do the same for 1 gold. So I pay a gold.
So other players who choose to use this power must discard 1 card and pay 1 gold.
So I'm going to do that. I will pay the 1 gold and I'm going to get rid of that garden
If
card.
the card you've drawn is already in your domain, you discard it and draw another.
Okay, and I get Persephone, played by Rosaria Dawson in Percy
Who?
Jackson. She's an actress.
Oh, yeah, I know you're talking about now. I'm like, who? Like, who's that?
She was funny. Oh, and that's a trigger, so put that
It
there.
had humor. It was a good movie.
So that was your turn.
That was,
Yeah?
Yeah, that was my turn. We
Okay.
just were talking.
So actually, you know, reading this card, it says richest player, so I can actually use this,
Okay.
and I can match what I have if I'm the richest player, which I have 8, so I'm going to get 8 gold.
Oh, wow. Well,
So
that worked
basically
out.
double my gold here.
Jeez, okay, yeah. So...
And that's why it says the richest player.
Yeah.
And let's see.
You have to make a turn.
I'm also going to use this trigger ability on Persephone, which says transfer 1 card for free. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transfer this card for free.
Okay. Now, did you take a card at all?
Yeah, that's
took
the card.
Persephone. Okay, I'm like,
Yeah.
did I miss it?
So now I still have my turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And
Yeah. Did you
let's
take
see.
a card?
Oh, I should have got rid of that. I could have done something else. Oh, that was, I forgot to do that because that's actually an instantaneous where I could trade gold for victory points. Okay, so when you're taking your turn, take your time to make sure that you do things right, because
Yes.
I forgot to do that. And I know you would let me do that if I wanted to, but I'm just going to go ahead and I'm not going to mess right now.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm going to
It
go
can
ahead.
be your freebie.
My freebie?
You
My
gave me a
mulligan?
freebie. I'm going to give you a freebie
Okay.
if you want to use it.
Okay, so I'm going to transfer. I'm going to use 5 gold,
'Cause
or
I'm
10
nice.
gold, excuse me. 10 gold into 10 victory points. Okay, so now, going back here, I will take this quest and pay my blue.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah?
yeah.
Yeah. You sure?
Yep.
Okay. Okie dokie, what do I want to do now? So if I have that, and that, I think I'm going to take this, the gathering, and I'm going to pay my red for that. So that card is worth 1 victory point at the end for each different family in that legend if I start making a legend.
Okay.
And it has to be Hades, Athena, or Hephaetus.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
All right, so my last column here, I will take this, which is Alliance, the Zeus card, and that is basically going to, it says when you transfer a citizen, receive 1 victory point. Or when you take or transfer a citizen, so
Okay.
it's an ongoing thing.
My yellow is going to get me that quest, and that will be this. So,
Okay, so
Yeah.
now we look at the quests. My quest, since I was the first one, I'm going to retain the first player. I'm going to get 5 gold, and I can transfer 2 cards. So I think what I will do is I am going to transfer Persephone
okay.
for 3 points, or 3 coins. 3 coins and a fountain.
What's that?
That's a song Steve Martin sings on the bus in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and nobody else knows it. And then John Candy sings, Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. Yeah, it's a classic movie. You need to watch.
I haven't seen that. But
Okay.
I know Steve Martin is not dead.
Steve Martin is not dead.
Not like the other country singer.
And I'm going to use that transfer. I'm going to use this to get 1 gold.
Okay.
So I still have 3 transfers left. So that's 1 transfer. I'm going to go ahead and for 2, I'm going to transfer the sacrifice card. I've transferred now 2 cards, so
You get 2 victory points.
I'm using that, so I'm going to get 2 victory
There you
points. Thank you.
Welcome.
So I still have 2 transfers left. Do I want to transfer that? That's not going to help me. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pay 2, and I'm going to transfer this card
Okay.
to that legend there. And that is it.
Alright, so for me, I get 3 coins. 1, 2, and 3. And I get 3 transfers. So I'm going to transfer this one for 3. So there's my 3 back that I just got. And I am going to also transfer this one. So that is 3 more. So I'm going to make a change. So do that and then pay 3. So I know I've done that. And then I'm also going to transfer this one for another 3. So that will be my level legend, and I'm going to take that one.
You always manage to get that 3, and the 3 is the highest. It's worth 9 points.
I strategized.
Yes, you did.
So that will be me.
And that's it, right?
That will be it. So in the final epoch.
Okay, so we've got the awakening phase again. So
Yep.
there's the last cards.
Yep. Dang it.
Okay.
The card I was wanting did not come up. That's upsetting.
Well,
You're still first, though.
Yeah. Let me see your cards over there in your 3 pile.
I have a yellow, a bronze, and a black. So Athena, Hades, and Hephaetus. I'll leave those like that then for you.
Okay. Whoops. Put my
So
columns back. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to take Medusa, and she has an activation there.
sugar.
So I will get rid of my green pillar. Now, do I want to activate that?
What is it?
It's the one, choose 2 cards, of each other player in their domain. Each player then discards one of the 2 chosen cards. So, you know what? I might as well...
They have to be the same number, correct?
No.
They don't?
No, not for Medusa. Yeah, there's another card that says you choose a level type. So, you know what? I'm going to wait. So, your turn.
Yay, I have to wait. I have a feeling I know what you're gonna do, so to protect myself, I'm gonna take this one, which is the Whispers of Hera. They look like they're talking smack over there, like shady eyes. I don't know what's going on there. Don't look good. I'm gonna pay a blue for that.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to do.
Really?
Okay, yep.
Honestly, did that help you?
No, it didn't help me at all.
Okay, good. That's good.
But I think I know what I'm going to do. I am going
That's
to...
never a good thing when you think you know what you want to do.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm going to pay my red.
For what?
And well,
What
that's
are
true.
you paying for?
That's true. I'm going to take this card here. I'm going to take the Plunderers. I need a yellow, which I do, but I'm going to pay with my red.
Okay.
And that's instantaneous. And it says all other players give me 1 gold.
I'm taking all my money.
Thank you. And then I think I will trigger this.
Yeah.
And I will choose...
Okay, so 1 gold or 1 victory point. I truly know that about, so I know you're going to pick it. So I'm going to give that away to discard. And now that it's my turn, I'm going to take that because I need money to be able to do any transfers.
Yeah, that's exactly why I chose to plunder. I chose to plunder. Let's see.
It didn't really matter. I still would have only got me 1 coin.
Well, let's see.
Excuse me.
2, and 2. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this, which is the Cap of Invisibility, not to be confused with the Cap of America. I need a yellow. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pay in blue.
Pay in blue. Let's see. Can I do this if I can manage it? That's the question. What is this? I need that in a family legend. Which I do not have a family legend going for me. So that's not gonna help me out. And I don't have a blue. So my only option is to take this. And pay a yellow for that.
A yellow.
A yellow.
All right.
Old yellow.
My last one, I'll take this
Oh,
quest.
it is a trigger.
And your turn, baby.
I cannot do it, so I need a citizen, please.
We'll take a citizen. And you wish to trigger your trigger ability.
My trigger abilities, each Hades card in my domain allows me to transfer 1. I do not have any other Hades cards except this one.
Okay, so
I think that
it's
would be it.
time to write the legend.
Do you need to do anything?
No, I don't have any
Okay, I
things
have
there.
number 1 though.
So you get to transfer first.
Yep. So what I'm going to do, I get my 5 coins and 2 transfers. I need to transfer, okay, I need to transfer this for 3. So I can keep that. So 5 and 2. And I have 1 transfer left, which I don't really think it's gonna matter what I do at this point.
Well,
no, okay, I'm gonna transfer this.
That's going to cost you 3 if you're going to transfer it to your 3s, though.
I'm not. Can I put it in a whole different thing?
Well, you don't have any other cards left, so it's just going to get discarded at the end of the round anyway, remember?
But I would get a victory point for this.
No.
For transferring it.
Oh, I see
into
what you're
a
saying.
citizen.
Yes, you would get a victory point for that.
And the coins don't matter for any scoring. Correct. Okay. So I'm just going to pay 2, but I get a victory point for that. That's what I was looking at.
Gotcha.
It didn't matter if that would have counted or not. I need a victory point.
So mine, I'm going to get 3 gold, and I get 3 transfers, but I have also these transfers there. So I think what I'm going to do is I will go ahead and I'm going to use this. Well, might as well.
Yeah,
Let's
go
see.
for it.
This says I can transfer an extra card. So I can actually transfer 3, 4, 5, 6.
You can transfer everything if you
If I
felt
need
like
to.
it.
Oh, I can. So, well, if I got enough money. So let's do this. Let's transfer this. This is going to cost me 3, and I'm
Okay.
going to get a gold back, so it's really going to
2.
cost me 2.
Okay.
So I'll pay that, and I'll put that there.
So you're good on all of your sets, but you cannot beat my 3 because I
Let's
have
go
4
ahead
threes.
and let's pay 2 to go ahead and transfer this since I've used that.
Okay. So that will go into what?
And that's going to go into a whole new
set.
So that was 2 transfers, and I used that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to transfer that. That's going to cost me another 2.
And
So
your...
get 3 back, and that's going to go
Yeah.
here.
Ooh.
And I will use my
Those 2.
last one, and I will pay for this.
You gonna transfer that last one as well?
Well, it doesn't do any good because I can't put it in this set, and a card by itself is not worth anything.
All right.
So what we do now is any of the single cards that we have in our domain, they go bye-bye. Actually, I shouldn't say single cards, all of them. But they do not go to the discard pile. They just are removed from the game. So, and the reason why that is because there are some cards that affect how many cards are in the discard pile as far as points. So, Megan, let's see. Let's go ahead and let's figure out the scoring and award the trophy, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about what the scoring actually is.
All right.
Okay, so I get the trophy. That's cool. I get the trophy for Elysium.
Out of 3 games, this is our 3rd game. I had won the first 2 that were not on camera, but I have won and I've kicked your butt.
Okay, so
It was close. Let's put it that way.
Megan, you ended up with 47 points. Let's show how you got those points.
Okay, so using the handy dandy scoring card here, I had 3 cards in my family legend, so that got me 6 points here, which is this, and then I had these 5 bonus points. And then same over here, I had 3 cards in my family legend, 6, and then I had the 5 bonus. And then looking in the level legends, I had 4, which got me 8 points, and then I was also got these 9 bonus points, and my other
I like it. I think this is a real fun game. I think Space Cowboys did another phenomenal job. This was my most anticipated game of the year. I'm glad we had a chance to get to it. One of the things I want to show real quick is I posted a few pictures on Board Game Geek with the insert. There were some people that wanted to know about the sleeved cards. So I have all the cards that are sleeved, and this is what it now looks like with the cards all sleeved in there, ready to go. And the other nice thing about the insert is everything has its own place. If you looked at our unboxing video, we didn't have anything punched out, so you can see where everything kind of goes in here. And the nice thing is you've got these little cover slots, so they have their own little cutout there. And voila, it looks like the Parthenon, like the building. So let's talk about what we liked about the game. Megan?
I love it. I mean, it's a great concept. I like the whole Greek mythology tie-ins because I do like Greek mythology. I really like how each card, like with each group, they tie in more of like kind of like the smaller myths. Like it makes sense for Persephone to be with Hades because you know the whole story about how Hades took Persephone down to the underworld. That's how we have spring and summer. Like that all makes so much sense. And I love the artwork, how there's a different artist for each god. I think that's just such a great idea. Like that's just a really cool concept, and I just love the gameplay, and I don't know, it's just a really good game. I definitely recommend it, but it will take patience to learn because it is kind of different concepts. I mean, it's not a gateway game, but it's a pretty simple game once you get the hang of it, because we got the grasp of it within one game pretty much, and we knew what we were doing by the end of it.
I think pretty much just kind of learning the symbology,
Yeah.
you know, what cards, you know, what they do, when they trigger, you know, that sort of thing. I mean, it's a set collecting game. Really, like Megan said, once you pick it up, it's really pretty easy. But there's a lot of strategy that you can play in
Yeah.
here. You know, you can play where, you know, you're going to target a specific god and try to get all the victory points or gold or whatever, basically get your engine going for that. And each god has kind of its own thing, you know, what he does better than everybody else. I love the art in this game, and having the other artists for each god kind of gives them their own unique flavor, their unique look. But it looks really good. I like the aspect. It's not just set collecting. You know, there are powers that you get to use. There are things that basically set it apart. It's a lot of fun, and I would probably say that this could be my favorite game of the year.
Really?
Definitely, it's my favorite new game that I've played, or new to me. But I love it. I think Space Cowboys and Asmodee knocked it out of the park with this. I don't know if this is going to win, you know, the Spiel des Jahres awards or anything like that. But it would definitely have my recommendation for it. When it comes out, I think it's going to come out to everybody in April. You know, you're going to have a chance to see other people's videos on this. Like I said, I know Gray Elephant is doing one. So you'll be able to see, you know, other interpretations of gameplay and hear, you know, their reviews on it. So, no, I think it's great. I don't know how much more I can claim its greatness on here.
Yeah, it's a really good game. Definitely recommend it.
So, yeah, when it comes out, definitely go get it. All right, I think that'll wrap it up.
All right.
So we will see you guys next time.
Bye. Like and follow us on Facebook to stay current on our show schedule, sneak peeks at future shows, and to interact with us.